June 2009 saw a tick size war break out between the major exchanges in the UK. The first shot was fired by Turquoise on June the 8th when it reduced tick sizes for 5 UK securities, namely Barclays, BP, Lloyds Group, RBS and Xstrata. On the 15th of June, BATS Europe responded by reducing tick size for the same 5 securities and added 5 additional securities, Anglo American, AstraZeneca, BHP Billiton, HSBC and Rio Tinto. On the 16th of June, Turquoise responded by matching BATS's move on the additional securities. Finally, on 22nd June, all major exchanges trading UK securities, including Chi-X, LSE and Nasdaq OMX, moved to the same tick size across all 10 securities and added 4 additional securities, BT Group, Friends Provident, Legal & General and Old Mutual. These circumstances offer an interesting case study on the impact of tick size change on market efficiency. It also provides useful evidence to inform the current debate around planned increases in minimum tick size mooted in MiFID II, as well as planned US trials in the US. To begin our analysis of this event, we go to the Local Venues tab in the Market Quality dashboard and select the 2 most liquid UK markets, namely the LSE and Chi-X, for a 3-month period surrounding June 2009. We also select the metric relative effective spread as our measure of efficiency. No need for statistics here, as you can see. The impact of the change post-June 22 is very obvious. Given the relative weight of the particular stocks in the marketplace, is perhaps not surprising. Because the changes take place over a variety of dates in June, we also plot effective spreads across a sample of stocks with comparable market capitalisations, but which did not have a change in tick size. To develop this control group, we go to the Groups menu and select the stocks one by one and establish a group named Tick Size Control for both markets. Comparing the 2 samples for the group that changed tick size and that which didn't, the display shows that the group that had no change in tick size had a very different trajectory to those that were changed. Nothing much happened as expected. The change was, however, quite dramatic for the tick size reduced securities. Likely, the exchanges selected stocks which were tick size constrained, as the effect is immediate and significant, representing about a 50% reduction in the effective spreads for those securities. Switching to the BATS market now and displaying both tick reduced group and the group with no change in tick size for the 10 securities pre and post 15 June shows a slightly different result. Here we see a reduction in effective spreads of about 35% rather than 50%. This result is likely driven by the fact that BATS at the time was generally a less liquid market than either the LSE or Chi-X, and likely the same stocks were not as tick constrained on that market. Moving now to the Turquoise market, we analyse the sample of 5 stocks introduced on the 8th of June 2009, and a control sample of 5 stocks which did not receive tick size decreases is also plotted. The reductions in spreads is not as pronounced by comparison to the sharp decrease on the LSE presented in the red-coloured series. This again is likely explained by the lack of liquidity on Turquoise, which also at the time had persistently higher spreads across the entire market, as exemplified when we include the effective spreads of all the markets on the same screen. Clearly, reducing tick size in the downward direction had a major impact on the efficiency of the stocks so affected. Investors clearly benefited from such changes, all other things being equal. Our prize would be that increasing the minimum tick size would have the opposite effect and increase the cost of trading for investors. Whether the profits reaped by market makers would be fed back into the research and underwriting of new issues remains to be seen, but unless there was some obligation to do so, we seriously doubt the cross-subsidisation argument.